Hello, it's day, it's coronavirus day 234. Yippee. So, so things are like sort of going back up to the 2000s again. So we have 2,363 new coronavirus cases. You know, we have cases again from the big three. You know, 713 cases, high cases are from the Toronto, 379 is from Peel region, 178 from York region. 73 deaths have been reported today, so that's unfortunate, but so as you know, we have 51 coronavirus, UK coronavirus variants. Yeah, so apparently there's an African variant. I don't know how severe that one is, but I assume that is severe and also contagious too. So yeah, avoid going to Africa for any reason right now. You know. And of course, don't go to like United Kingdom right now for any reason because Prime Minister Boris Johnson is working hard to like trying to make these rules, trying to get rid of the United Kingdom coronavirus variant, and it's a lot of trouble now. It has made its way into like several other European countries and Italy, the Netherlands, and Germany, and even made its way to Australia, and of course several provinces in Canada, and I assumed it made its way into the United States of America. If Joe Biden's doing a proper job about it. So this I want to talk about more about like the traveling rules. So apparently Justin Trudeau Justin Trudeau is suspending all flights to sunny destinations amid the coronavirus pandemic, because of course there's like people like who are like trying to get out of Canada. And they want to sort of relax and so of course it's this not the time to like there are stay-at-home measures that we have to follow. So he said Air Canada, WestJet, Sunwing, and Air Transat have all agreed to cancel air services to all Caribbean and destinations and Mexico starting Sunday. So starting tomorrow, all flights to Caribbean destinations, like Central America and Mexico, have been canceled. And of course, some people might say they're going for essential reasons on flights. Yet they're lying, and they're like going to these places to So they'll be making arrangements with the customers who are currently on a trip in these regions to organize their return flight. So they're going to be people who flew to these areas are going to be coming back soon, very soon. So so apparently if the coronavirus so it's anyone who travels internationally and is returning will have to return so they have to get tested at the airport, and they'll have to wait up to 3 days. However, they'll have to wait at designated hotels, but they're making people returning to stay at these hotels, and they have to pay for with their own pocket money. So I think that was a bit too much. So apparently it's going to cost more than $2,000 for and of those with so the negative people who got tested negative get to quarantine at home, while that negative they go to a governmental facility to make sure they're not carrying a coronavirus variant or anything. So I don't really like the idea of this because I think that the government should just pay for it, because they're making people do this, because vaccine, of course, the vaccine companies are making these vaccines that people get tested, and of course but if you have to stay at a hotel to await results, and you have to pay over $2,000. Okay, that's overboard. In my opinion, that's overboard. So, however, I'm looking at coronavirus. So apparently, over 6.3 million travelers have entered Canada, and they didn't have to quarantine. So that was the problem. So this included truck drivers and other people involved in the transportation of commercial goods, cross-border workers who travel to the United States regularly, and people who arrive in Canada by plane, either from the USA or other countries directly. So So it's however, it's unfair that truck drivers, of course, they doing essential work, but some air travelers are, including wealthy and high profile visitors, have been granted exceptions to the, so they don't have to follow these coronavirus rules, and so that is unfair because what if they have coronavirus or the coronavirus variants, the UK variant or the African variant? So 74% of the total 8.6 million travelers who entered Canada by land and air since quarantine measures were implemented in late March have been exempted from these rules. So 2 million passengers and airline crew have been entered Canada on commercial flights since the start of the pandemic, and 1.3 million of these travelers have arrived from countries other than the USA. So now it's all travelers entering Canada are subject to coronavirus entries screening, regardless of their country of origin or mode of entry. So that's good. No, that then this needs to be enforced because, yeah, because you this, these people could be spreading the virus or the coronavirus variants, and yeah, it's troubling. So the coronavirus like, so they should need to get tested mandatory. It should be mandatory. There are like so many countries out there who have already, they have smartened up and they vaccinated every single passenger who has come into their country, and they have forced to make them quarantine for 2 weeks if they are caught breaking that rule. Of course, yeah. Of course, there will be like some trouble with the government in that country. So, of course, police will be looking for the people who are like breaking coronavirus regulation. So, like coronavirus, so stay. If you're having large gatherings when you should not be doing having large gatherings, yeah, there's going to be trouble. As you know, large gatherings are like, one major cause of increase of coronavirus cases. Some might some might not believe this, but it's actually true. Go ask a doctor. So there's of course coronavirus rules and regulations that apply to all stay-at-home rules. Do not break them, please. So you can, of course, do some shopping, school, work, appointments. So the medical appointments, if arranged, and business appointments, if allowed, and some businesses, they do it differently, and so please keep that in mind. So some childcare services are working access to governmental and social services. So delivery of goods, caregiving, please keep it under 5. Take a child to the parent or guardian. Take someone in the same house as the place under the order. How you can help someone who is experiencing domestic violence and unsafe conditions or in need of emergency assistance, like say someone's getting abused at home or something like that, or medical, you know. So you can go out for exercise. Please dress appropriately for the weather because it's been brutal lately. You can walk your dog. Must be leashed. So if there's a dog park inside a park, only in the dog park section you can unleash your dog, and the other part, yeah, you're technically breaking the rules. Skating is allowed, and however, it is not allowed in like some towns and cities. Please check. You can attend a place of related administration of justice. You can exercise the Section 35 indigenous or treaty right. You can go to an airport or a transit station for essential travel. Must be essential. If not, you'll be named and shamed. Metrolinx and many other companies have encouraged people to follow coronavirus safety rules and encouraging essential reasons only. And of course, flights to the Caribbean and Mexico have been canceled on airlines. Please check. So you can't go down south. So you can visit a household of a person living alone, and a person who's living alone can visit a family, one at a time. No, you can visit like a couple or people, more than 3 people living in the same household. So no, you can't do that. So you can buy and obtain animal food, veterinarian service and assistance, travel for exempt purposes, moving or making arrangements to buy and sell property, and to begin or end a lease. There are fines for individuals who don't wear a mask or face covering in businesses, indoor or public spaces, and crowded outdoor spaces. So that's one. You'll be fined if you break these rules. So fine for even closures for businesses that are contravening an order. So this means running a business when told to close temporarily, not coronavirus screening staff, no masks on, breaking capacity rules, no safety rules for staff posted, and not checking if staff are following coronavirus rules. Fines for gatherings exceeding more than 5 people who are not from the same household. Host will be charged $1,000. Everyone who shows up pays $750 each. Schools have been open this week for Grey Bruce area, Halliburton, Corta, Peterborough area, Northumberland and Quinte West region, Kingston, Frontenac, Lennox and Addington region, Leeds, Grenville, Lanark region, and Renfrew County, London, Middlesex region, Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph region, Ottawa region, and Eastern Ontario are going back to school this Monday. Schools in Toronto, Hamilton, Peel region, York region, Windsor, Essex region will be open on Wednesday, February 10th. Students in Durham region, Halton region, Niagara region will continue doing online classes until further notice. I'll update you guys on that. Takeout, drive-thru, and delivery service to restaurants. Cafes are available. Use the DoorDash.ca for restaurants. Website isn't working. So today's hospitalizations is at 1,273 people hospitalized. Okay, that's minus 18. 353 patients in ICU, and minus 7, 216 of using them using a ventilator, minus 55, though that's an improvement. Long-term care homes, however, we have 3,516 deaths. Unfortunately, that's 2 plus 25. We have outbreaks in long-term care homes right now. That 227. That's lower than yesterday, minus 2. So please follow coronavirus safety rules. Avoid or use social media to contact others. Only go on essential travel. Stay out of areas where coronavirus can be high, and follow stay-at-home regulations, please. Don't go to other provinces for vaccinations before it is available in your province. The fine is $500 and 6 months in jail. Stay safe.